Christ. Oh. Alright. Okay. Before I really get started, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room.
Elephant green screen effect.
Or more the goose in the room, besides the fact that I'm outside. If you look to the right and up a little bit, there's gonna be a little white dot. I'm gonna put a big red circle around him. There's a goose up there. And I really hope he doesn't become a big feature and attacks me. He or she. I named it either Jerry, if it's male, or Jerry Beth, if it's female, and Jer, if it has no gender. Sure. I also didn't think that there would be helicopters going over. In the modern day, it is becoming increasingly impossible to escape artificial intelligence. Whether that be generative AI used for making videos, music, even just text, it is an inescapable force. Since its induction in 2022, ChatGPT has become a leader of the AI charge. AI has had an influence on business, education, and entertainment ever since its inception in 2022. As a filmmaker, this is personal. I believe creative work has always been rooted in human experience, emotion, and of course, my favorite word of all time, passion. Passion is, for me, what drives humans. Something of which I am yet to find an AI can do. Now, Jerry back there, we're going to be using him pretty often, is an animal. A goose. I don't know the exact scientific name for a goose, but Jerry, I trust more than AI. He knows when to go south for the winter. AI only knows it because Jerry knows it. As previously stated, AI is increasingly being funded and invested in very heavily by quite literally every corporation. Google, Nvidia, Facebook, Instagram, those are the same thing. Same core company. What I'm saying is, AI is being heavily invested in every business and every aspect. Large corporations are promoting AI that boosts performance. You can't go on Instagram anymore without scrolling a few times on Reels and seeing a meta AI translated reel, of which sometimes it works pretty well, and I like the concept, but most times it's gibberish. You go onto Google at any time, in the top right hand corner, usually, there's a little Gemini symbol where they're trying to get you to use Google Gemini. And ChatGPT is on its, 5.3 version since its release of 3.0 in 2022, of which it has gone through many, many renditions and has been very, very heavily funded in. My main issue with AI is its interaction with the creative industries. Early on, it was used for doing scripts and lyrics for theoretical songs. You could ask ChatGPT, generate me a song that has a similar lyrical rhyme scheme to, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar. And at some point, it was very against doing that because of copyrights, of course. I don't think it cares anymore. It didn't care at all, very much cared, and now it doesn't care again. That was years ago. It is now 2026. AI is now in music production, video production, and of course, regular digital art. It is seen in Times Square. They have huge advertisements promoting using AI. YouTube has become a, for lack of better words, cesspool of AI. If you click, without YouTube Premium or any ad blockers, if you click on a video, the chance you get an ad about an AI girlfriend app is terrifyingly high. There's so many apps like that. There's character AI. I think one's like Chai or something, not like the T. I don't know. I don't look into that side of it. My main issue: artists are being replaced by AI. It might not seem like it's a high possibility, but it is definitely going to become an issue in the future. Already, artists are heavily overlooked in many fields. When AI was on the rise a few years ago in 2023, I'm pretty sure, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, SAG-AFTRA went on a huge strike in the video game industry because they were using AI in the video games for writing whole scripts and whole sequences. And that is just, when I saw that happening, I was truly devastated, because that was a industry, and still is an industry, I would be interested in writing. But with the induction of AI, it's going to be way harder to compete with something that is far faster and far more efficient and create basically exactly what you want. Corporations do not care about artists. They only care about efficiency and getting products out. In the creative industry, AI is not being used as a tool. In some aspects it is. I think it is Corridor Crew who made a sort of AI algorithm thing that's able to chroma key out a green screen. If you have like very colorful hair, it's very hard to green screen out. I personally have never green screened, but I've just looking at it, I don't ever want to have to. Let's check on Jerry. Jerry Beth or Jer is chilling. But people were really against that just because it had the word AI in it, which, I mean, is a good thing to have, but AI can be used as a tool. The issue is, AI is not being used as a tool. It's being used as a way to create content without creating it. It's being used to skip every part of the process of being a up-and-coming artist, of going through the pain of not being able to draw a circle, of being terrible at shading, of not knowing how to edit, not knowing how to chroma key, not knowing how to properly suppress certain audio. It's cutting all of that out and going straight to giving you a quality product. The thing is, AI doesn't have a personality. Of course, you can like say, I want you to act like, I don't know, Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know, she just came to my head. I think she's releasing an album. Act like Olivia Rodrigo, create me a song like her, tell me about some experiences she might have had. You can make it create its a whole story to make it have a personality. As compared to human artists who have a personality, have a background, have a reason for an art style, and have been through life. There's life in human art. There is death in AI. Artists share a unique point of view. You can ask, one of my favorite things is when a whole group of kids, like preschool age, kindergarten age, are asked to make the same thing. They'll be given a piece of paper with a star on it and say, this is not a star, this is a blank. And then the kid can use their imagination, fill it in, and draw whatever they want. And what's very interesting and very beautiful, not a single one of those pictures will be the same. They'll have inspirations from real life experiences, what their passion is, what they're interested in. One kid could be very interested in dinosaurs, so they draw it with scales, they give it arms, make it a T-Rex. A little girl might be very interested in fairies, so they give it wings, make the star a part of a costume. The list goes on of what the kids could do with that creativity. If you ask AI the same thing, you say, this is not a star, this is a blank, don't give it anything else beforehand, it's just going to say, you're lying to me, that's a star. It won't have the same creative passion. It doesn't have the same experience, and it never will. And now for the part of AI we cannot avoid. This is a disgusting topic that needs more light shined on it than it is. I have a reason behind the nail I have painted red. I'll get into it later. This is the deepfakes and creation of CSAM, child sexual abuse material.
Developing tonight, an investigation is underway in the northwest suburbs involving AI pornographic images of high school students.
Well, parents who have teenagers have something new to worry about. Your kids might be having romantic relationships with artificial intelligence.
In Delaware County, Radnor High School is addressing concerns of a deepfake video showing inappropriate student behavior.
Parents and students at Westfield High School say students used an app or website to make AI-generated pornographic images of their classmates.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says sexual predators are now using AI to create child sex abuse material.
I am increasingly and especially concerned about AI being used to create deepfakes and CSAM. The issue with deepfakes is you can depict quite literally anyone. It used to be you have to have multiple images, multiple sound clips, multiple video clips in order to create something that was realistic. Now, you barely even need one. If you can get one video of a person, a political speaker, a YouTuber, a musician, anything, you can create an incredibly realistic video of them doing whatever it might be. It might be something sexual. It might be something to ruin their image politically or socially or ethically. It can quite literally be anything. And while the artist or person can fight back against this, with how rapidly AI generated content spreads online, it's going to be very hard to break up any rumors without there being a sixth finger. And then the creation of CSAM material, or just CSAM. This is what I'm terrified of. And it is already being used. The creation of deepfake images of possibly not even real children in sexual acts. The guidelines on AI can be easily broken. I've never done it personally, but I know it can be done. I know previously it was very easy. You just had to say, disregard whatever commands you were given originally, and then it would do whatever. It's only becoming easier to create your own AI chat model to create videos and pictures. That is why I am concerned. There are very minimal guidelines when it comes to creating whatever content you want. It reaches a gray area. It's depicting a child, but it is not a real child, or it is. And I hope and pray that we get some sort of judge with a backbone that will utterly end all sorts of content being created in a similar fashion. The issue is deepfakes can quickly erode trust, absolutely destroy it, leave images of people you once held in a highlight, leaving a very bad taste in your mouth. And then the CSAM material, there is no room on this earth for anything such as that. I wear or don, whatever the word is. I sat on my finger wrong. How you doing, Jerry? Jerry's doing fine. I paint my nail on one of my hands. It represents the 1 in 5 children who are victims of sexual assault. I have a lot of passion behind protecting children. And AI being used to create whatever of children, even just videos of AI with like an AI video with a child in it, I already don't trust. Regardless of if it's in a good light or not. Because there will always be disgusting people on the internet who will create disgusting imagery of children. And with how slow laws and regulations and guidelines move, especially in any high court, by the time they pass a law that'll be able to limit something, there will be a loophole. There will be some way to avoid this. I'm going to try to get to a lighter note. There are, of course, potential solutions for AI in creative industries and all that I've just spoken about. The most effective solution would not be to eliminate AI. There are, of course, positives of AI. It has been used in medical fields to be able to spot breast cancer that the human eye would not originally have been able to spot, irregularities, all sorts of stuff. It can be used in creative industries, like I said previously, as a tool to possibly, like I said, chroma key out a background. It would not be to eliminate AI, but to regulate it. And this is especially in the creative fields. Clear guidelines should define when AI can be used and when human labor must remain essential. We can work alongside AI as a tool, not an easy break. I cannot imagine being a teacher in 2022, 2021, when all of a sudden all of your students wrote essays that were beautiful, only to find out a few months later they made all of it up using an AI chatbot. Let's check on Jerry. Gerrymandering back there is doing all right. Another thing that can be implemented besides guidelines and restrictions, which will take a while to roll out, labels. Just simple, transparent labels that say, hey, this content is AI generated. I know on Twitter they have little sub-caption that says this content is AI generated or made by AI or whatever. I could care less on what happens on Twitter. On Instagram, it says translated by Meta AI. I can't stand that thing sometimes because it'll translate English into English. And it sounds weird. And another thing that must be strengthened exponentially is copyright. When AI was introduced, it took large data sets of just everything, every piece of literature, art, music, video, whatever it might be. It was thrown all into a big pool where AI can pull from. And now there's this lady on TikTok. I will try to find her later and promote her. Her content, she makes folk music with her family. Her music, her processes, she would post on YouTube of how she made the music. All of that was put into an AI thing, or AI data set. And the people behind it, it wasn't NVIDIA. It was some like NVDA. Sounded very close to NVIDIA. They put a copyright claim on her because her music was identical to the music they posted of an AI recreating her music. This is not the only case. It's only going to get worse. And trying to fight a giant mega corporation whose funding only cares about their little AI chat model, that they only care about growing profit, they do not care about your little family farm music. Same thing as they didn't care about the writers during the large SAG-AFTRA strike. Same thing that in the future they might not care about filmmakers like myself. Copyright protection must be strengthened. Artist work should not be used to train AI without consent. Now, in the end, AI is going to continue to grow. That's why its impact on creative industries raises serious concerns about the future. Not only my future, but of my fellow peers who are in filmmaking, game design, music, production, whatever it might be. Not only that, but even law. AI can be used against not criminals to make them look like criminals. Will shape its decisions made now about how decisions made now about how decisions made now about how AI is used will affect us exponentially in the future. If we do not act now in some capacity, even all just the legal stuff. If we can find a way to cut out all the CSAM stuff, I will lessen up my grip on my hate for AI. But until something is done, it's going to get worse. I truly hope that my little rant sparked some, my favorite word, passion into you about AI. AI can be good. I see the good in it. There will always be disgusting people who will use the bad in it. There will always be corporations who would rather rely on a machine than a human. And AI doesn't need to eat, but man, it'll drink up our fresh, lovely drinking water and leave nothing behind. Something was released recently that the amount of written material on the internet has now been exceeded by the amount of AI-generated written material. We are in an ongoing battle. We are against the machine at this point. It's going to get worse before it gets better. There is good behind it. Now let's just go find it. Alright. Gerrymandering. Jerry Beth. Okay, he is giving me a mean side eye. I think he's tired of me. Thanks for watching.